What's going on, guys? For the first time, I'm pretty sure on YouTube, we're going to be hopefully the first to give you the entire new Messi line for the new F50 series he just came out with in the dark orange, white, and black colorway. So we've done individual reviews on all these boots, so this is not going to be a kind of function feature for feature review for every single little thing on every single boot, but we're kind of just giving you the comparison and what the differences are when you drop price points and when you go between the top tier models, second, third, and fourth. So what we got for you today, one thing actually right before I start is, one thing you're definitely going to notice is, that's really cool, is that every single one of these guys and part of the series comes with the Messi packaging. So none of you guys are getting gypped as far as the cool box, the box that opens up like this. It's a lot of very cool kind of new design they've done with it. Obviously, it's unlike any shoebox you've really seen for boots, but you don't get gypped with that no matter if you go with the 5s, the 10s, the 30s, or the 50s. So that's right off the top. As far as features, obviously, we're not going into a ton, but extras, obviously, F50s. You're going to get the extra pair of inserts. One thing, too, different about the F50s, obviously, if you've seen the review, you get the cool kind of Messi embroidered logo on the inside with the Play the Messi Way, the Adidas in there. So that's a little bit different. All the other ones are just going to be blank, kind of white shoe boxes. But as far as the features, obviously, F50s, 5.8 ounces. They do use the lightest, obviously synthetic. They do have the Sprint skin. Included in that will be the Sprint web, which is the kind of that gritty, almost overlayer on the outer and inner part of the boot. So basically, what that's doing for you, if you haven't seen the original review, is kind of holding your foot in good, kind of in a good form. Not letting it go too far either way. If you're making quick lateral movements, it's going to hold you pretty nicely, and that's kind of what that technology is designed to do. If you go to the F30, you also get that feature with the Sprint web. So you don't sacrifice anything as far as dropping down with the Sprint web. At least the F30 is going to give you the SingMax synthetic material throughout, so it's a little bit thicker. It's not as light and kind of flexible as the Sprint skin. I felt obviously the F50s, if you've seen the review, the F50s are a little bit obviously thinner, but the toe box in them is a little bit wider. So I felt my foot fit a little bit nicer in these, having a little wider foot. So that was a nice feature. And I felt in the 30s, the 10s, and the 5s that there was a little bit snugger of a fit just due to the thinness of the synthetic. As far as the bottoms, My Coach compatible, you're going to find My Coach compatible in the 30s, the 50s, and the 10s. We'll get to the 5s in a second. You do not have the My Coach in the 5s. It's a one model. It doesn't give you the My Coach. And it doesn't give you the Traction 2.0 stud configuration either. It gives you the Traction, what they call the Traction firm ground stud pattern, which is more of kind of just a blocky, kind of chunky bladed stud, as you can see on the bottom. The other ones, however, obviously, Traction 2.0 stud configuration on the 10s. We got it on the 30s. Obviously not to the same degree, but you got a little bit better, obviously, on the 50s. So those are similarities as well. As far as obviously differences now going to the 10s, they just give you a general synthetic on the 10 and the 5s. These are kind of just marketed as a general synthetic. There's not, obviously, they're not super thin. They're a little bit more kind of easy to keep up with as far as keeping them clean. This synthetic is a very smooth, kind of plasticky synthetic for both of these guys, and they feel a little different. This one's actually, the 5s feel a little thinner to me than the 10s did. I actually preferred the 5s a little bit over the 10s. And you're talking about a $20 difference in price point. You're going from $50 to $70, so a little bit different price point is there. But I actually like the material on the upper of the 5s. What you'll find is too, just kind of comparing, not to jump around too much. In the back, you get that same kind of layered material. You do not get the Sprint frame. You get that little guy right there. Pretty much in all of the other second, third, and fourth tier models. So you're not going to get the actual Sprint frame. That's one feature, obviously, Adidas left out for the top tier model, but not getting it with the 30s, with the 10s, with the 5s. So they're keeping that out. Obviously, My Coach compatible, I said, with the 10s, the 30s, and the 50s. So they have branched out. Adidas has made it a little bit nicer of a buy when you're buying a second or third tier model to still have some of that functionality and still get some of the features as far as kind of what the top tier models get. You're really getting a lot as far as price point. Again, price point $220 for the 50s. You bump down to $120 for the F30s. Bump down to $70 retail for the F10s and $50 for the F5. So obviously there's big difference in a lot of these boots. They kind of move from boot to boot. They take down a little bit of the features, but you are getting, even with the 10s, some pretty cool features. Even as low a model as the third tier model, you're still getting the My Coach, you're still getting the stud configuration. You're getting a lot of stuff that you wouldn't get normally, that Adidas has really kind of worked on as far as becoming just a better overall, honestly, boot, and series boot, as far as including a lot of the features of top tier boots. A lot of times what you'll see is, especially if you go, say, with a Nike Vapor compared to a Victory or past boots in past series from Adidas, they won't give you the same features. These definitely do give you similar features and try to stay as true to the actual boot as possible. As you can see, the colorway pretty much identical. You're not really seeing a huge difference. Obviously, with the synthetic we talked about, you're seeing with the Sprint Skin, the kind of gritty Sprint Skin in the front of the 50s. You still get that grittiness with the Max synthetic with the 30s, and then you kind of get that more plasticky, still pretty comfortable, but more plasticky kind of synthetic with the 10s and the 5s, which is obviously kind of expected as far as that. You do get the Messi emblem, and they actually label them for you, 10s, 30s, and 50s, so they tell you exactly what they are. They don't all say F50 like in the past, if they all just said F50 because it was the F50 series, so it is a little bit different. And as you can see, as I said before, they all come in the new Messi packaging, so you do get the cool box. All the boxes open the same way. They open kind of the north-south way rather than other shoe boxes that go east-west, but so you do get the cool packaging, you do get the same colorway. There's obviously different features. All these inserts, one will come out, not for these guys, these are all glued in for the 5s. One will come out a little bit for the, as you can see, with this guy right here, as you can see for the My Coach cavity. Get a better look at that. Let's try to get a better, there we go. A little bit better look at that. My Coach cavity in the 10s. You're going to get the same thing with the 50s. My Coach cavity below this guy, same thing. And the 50s themselves obviously give you the removable inserts we can take out for you. Excuse me, on the last one, those are the 30s, not the 50s. But they do give you the My Coach compatible, but it is the normal EVA die-cut sock liner on those. This one kind of gives you the perforated, very thin insert, and they obviously give you the extra comfort soles with that as well. So it's the main differences between the series, guys. I hope this helped you out. If you're looking for just to get in on this Messi series, obviously it's a very popular, going to be a very popular boot within the soccer world. It's extremely anticipated boot, as we've been launching videos pretty much every day for them. I hope this helped you guys if you're looking at kind of what's different and what maybe the main differences are. Again, 220, 120, 70, and 50. Difference in synthetics, different in stud patterns, but Adidas really has improved on giving a lot of features back for second and third tier boots. So that's pretty much all I got for you today. I hope this helped you guys if you're looking for some new Messi boots, or you just were curious on what the differences were. So until next time, keep leaving your comments, feedback, questions, and I'll get to as many as I can, and we'll talk to you soon, guys. All right, take care.